Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Wednesday, August 25th, and I have a lot to talk about today. And, of course, that means I'm not going to have much time. I've got about 10 minutes at most. We'll see how much I can actually get done. I actually wrote down some quick notes today. Yep, as that happens, the time that I have a lot that I can talk about, I'm not going to have as much time. But, hey, whatever. So, it is Tuesday. Or, I'm sorry, it's now Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. The stuff I'm going to get to at the end is add-on stuff, so we'll see. I actually took the time to figure out some stats and some shout-outs for patrons. I have it in the list now, so I can do that today or tomorrow. But I will do it sometime this week if I don't get to it today. Hopefully I do. As far as what's going on, there was a lot of campaigning, mainly by Derek X yesterday, and it seemed to be having an effect, but let's be honest, in the end, it's not. Derek is still going to go. He seemed to convince Azza that there's good reasons to keep him over Claire, but it's just not going to happen. I don't, Tiffany was one of those potential swing votes, and it's no longer a vote. Tiffany can no longer, possibly try to change the vote and then get somebody out, because Claire's a jury vote. Derek is a jury vote. Derek already thinks he's kind of going. Claire, in my opinion, Claire thinks that she's wow. Guys, okay. A driving thing where somebody's a construction zone. This guy was just kind of very close to the edge of the road. All right. Sorry. Squirrel moment. Claire thinks that she has a final two with Tiffany. If Tiffany votes out Claire, she's going to be back in the jury. She's going to remember that. Whereas Derek X already thinks that he's kind of going and won't be shocked when he gets voted out. So if she gets one vote or something, he'll never be able to quite tag on who that one vote came from, even two. But remember, it's going to be a four votes to evict. So it doesn't have to be a unanimous vote, but they don't like to take chances. So I imagine at most Derek's going to get 2 votes to stay, and I won't be surprised if he gets 1, if it's 6-1 or 5-2. So again, I tweeted it last night. As much as I would like Derek to stay, and that's the problem is I don't want Claire to go either, by the way. But as much as I would like Derek to stay, I just don't think it's going to happen. And yes, Derek definitely seems to be more able to win comps than Claire. And I certainly don't care for Claire's diary rooms. So, and when I say that, by the way, those of you that don't understand, her diary rooms are horrible. She's trying way too hard, and it just seems really fake. Whereas Derek seems more natural to me. Even if they are fake, they seem more natural. All right, so that's the major stuff. As I look through my quick list, I wanted to talk about the Bucks. These house guests are putting way too much meaning into what getting Bucks implied. Derek was apologizing to America, saying, I should have played. You gave me the 200, and I should have known that meant I was supposed to play the roulette. No, Derek, it just means that you're one of the more popular house guests. America isn't voting. They aren't voting specifically saying, you should be playing the roulette. They're just voting for the most popular person. Same goes to Azza when she kind of is a little bit miffed at America for only giving her 50, and why are you putting me in the same category with Sarah and Kylan? It's like, you're just not on the same level as, in the house guest's opinion, or in the TV viewer's opinion, as Derek or Claire. But some of that's the edit. Azza, you haven't been getting the edit that they've been getting, and you haven't been seen as much because you aren't doing as much in the house as they are. That's why. If you're not on TV as much, you're not going to get the votes. So don't hold it as a grudge against America. Well, I should keep Derek. Maybe I want to keep Derek, but maybe I shouldn't because America, you aren't voting for me. The people that you're appealing to, the people who you are not appeasing, the people you are making your suggestions to aren't the ones that are voting for you. I mean, we are, but we're a very small percentage. And your plea to your complaining to the video is never going to be seen by most of those people because they don't watch the internet. They only watch TV. All right. So that's the BB Bucks thing. No indication that there's going to be more money or extra money or anything. It's just still going to be the 50, 75, and 100 probably. And I'll be wrong, and that's okay. But we've seen no indication that those numbers are going to change, which again probably means that only Derek Frazier and maybe Hannah will be able to play for this last power, which they're calling the Coin of Destiny. But now I also saw it referred to yesterday as an anonymous head of household. The key word being anonymous, implying that whoever wins it won't have to reveal who they are. Aha! That puts a different spin on things. Remember how I kept saying about Derek lying and someone questioned me about it? Well, okay, Derek Frazier may be able to get away with it, but people still think he's going to be the one who has the potential of that power. These people have done the math. They have it. Xavier specifically has it figured out exactly who has how much money. And if it gets played, all eyes are going to be looking at Derek Frazier as the one who did it. The lying of Derek Frazier may not be as big a deal as just the fact that, okay, you're the one who did this, whatever this happens to end up being. Speaking of Xavier, he's going on solitary this afternoon. At some point late in the afternoon. The way I read that it was explained is that Derek will go in solitary. It'll be shown on tonight's show, I suppose. He will go in solitary right about, I would assume like 5:30 Big Brother time today. And he will get out in time to vote. That will be it. He will come out to vote. Now, I think they're going to have communication, so he'll be able to talk through the door or whatever, but he won't be able to have super private conversations. But I know in this house, they'll give him the space, and they'll say, no, that's the space to talk to Derek alone, so you have to give him plenty of room so that they can whisper and not be overheard. I'm just guessing that's how it's going to go. Yeah. And the anonymous head of household, Xavier's in solitary. There, I hit them all. I hit my entire list except for my stats. And do I give my stats or do I give my... Let's see. Let's see if I can pull this up here. I'm going to give this a shot. We're going to go and... Oh, sorry. All right. We will give shout-outs. We're going to give patron shout-outs. I'll give stats later. It's just, all the stats are as I looked up my 30-day stats as far as what people are listening with and what countries they're listening from and actually what states. That was the breakdowns I saved in my notes to read out, but I'm not going to have time to do that. I'm going to give my shout-outs to my patrons because they're the ones that help keep me motivated to do this. And remember, if you would like to be one of those people, you can become a patron of my Big Brother Gossip Carcast and sure the Twitter as well. I mean, I'm going to thank you, for everything, for supporting me in one way or the other. And you can do it by going to patreon.com/BBGOSSIP. We are holding steady at 30 patrons. No one has unpatroned. We don't have any new patrons, but that's okay. I think my last new patron was Grandma Deb in Iowa. And let me pull up my list because it is in an email I mailed myself. And I am at a stop sign, so don't get mad at me for messing with my phone. All right. Oh, and the person who noticed the ticking noises said that there's a ticking noise. I haven't had a chance to listen to it back yet to see what that ticking noise is. So, sorry. I may have to check that out later. But, yes, it's not a noise in my car, as you did point out. All right. Iowa Grandma. We're going to go in order of newest to longest running active patrons. If you don't hear your name and you think you're a patron, well, Patreon doesn't think you're one, or else you've stopped, your saying you're an active patron and you're a retired patron or an inactive. All right. So here we go. First names, really, because some people don't want their last names, and there's one anonymous who you know who you are, so I will only be reading 29 names very quickly here. Very quickly, because I'm literally pulling into work. Okay. I already had Grandma Deb, then Aaron, then Sandy, then Ann, Bill, Sam, Bessie, Cece, or Cecilia, depending on how you want to say it. Kyle, maybe, who's one of the Big Brother updaters that I like to follow and retweet occasionally. Adam, Nona, so I almost said Nora, Nona, and Kimberly, and my two sequester folks from Big Brother, or from Sequester 5-8, Brandon and Jacob, then Angela, Emily, Kim, Michael, I like that name, Matt, another Emily. Was that the one of the two Emilys? I think there are. Maybe? Okay, Diane, St. Clinton, I don't know if that's a first name or a last name, Becky, anonymous person who I'm not mentioning, Eric, Ishara. Hi, Ishara. I miss you live when I do my lives. I haven't done any this week, though. Then Susie and Kristen, and finally, Chatty. Thank you, guys. Those are all my patrons. That's including the fact that I said anonymous. That's my 30 patrons. Appreciate you guys very much. It's very cool of you. And I have to do one little more thing here, so I will keep talking for another brief moment. Ooh, where am I going? Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry. The parking pattern has changed in the last week because, frankly, there's a lot more people at my workplace. A lot more. We're talking, by the way, tens of thousands more people at my workplace. Those of you that know where I work at, you will understand. And those of you that don't can probably figure it out. But there's a lot more people here now. Anyways, thank you for being patrons. Thank you, everyone else, for listening. And it's appreciated. I hope you have a good Wednesday. We'll talk to you tomorrow, Thursday. And be well, be safe. And that's it, because I'm parking now. And now I have to jump right out of this and do other stuff. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Appreciate it. Bye.